Good morning, Side Hustle Cruiser family. We are in Nassau. We're finally at our first port of call. We just got off of the ship. Literally, it's right here. We literally just walked off the gangway. You'll see the ship in my background. What you can see, of course. But welcome to Nassau. We originally weren't not going to get off, but we decided to get off and at least go get some local food. We are here. We are ready to visit. It's almost home for us. Both our families are originally from the Bahamas anyway, so this is almost like visiting home again. We've been several times. We're going to get some good food, probably go to Twin Brothers, and we'll let you know what we eat at that location. And there are two ships in port right now. It's the Carnival Elation and two additional ships, the Carnival Elation and the MSC Divina, which park next to us. So we're hoping to have a great day. Stay tuned. And here's another picture of the MSC Divina and the Carnival Elation. Right next to them, it's the big dog. Yep.
Around the people car. Oh, I'm about to get in the drop seat. Now, do y'all want me to come back after y'all finish the dinner?
Nice.
All right, no problem. So it's already 12:05. I'll be back here at 1:05 for you, okay? That sounds good. Take care of my family, man. I appreciate that.
So we have arrived via taxi to the fish fry, and we initially thought we were going to go to Twin Brothers, but Twin Brothers happens to be closed for the season. They actually, our taxi driver told us that they will be back in October. So instead, he brought us to a place called the Big Yard, which is right next door, and they told us we will get conch fritters and Bahama Mama for free over here. So we'll see. We'll let you know how it is. We are finally done with lunch. As you can see, we went to the Big Yard, which is where we had for lunch after referral of our taxi driver. And so we got mixed reviews on it. I will say that the food took forever. I mean, it's forever. It took almost an hour for our food to come out. However, with that being said, even though it took about an hour to come out, it was a lot of food and it was really, really good. So if you got time, our suggestion is maybe if you arrive in Nassau, if you got a short day like us, for example, our ship leaves, we got to be back on at 3:30 p.m. So the suggestion is that you maybe have an early breakfast, really, really early, and then be here by 11, or don't eat breakfast at all, but come straight here and eat, because it is a lot of food, but it's a long wait in order for you to eat. So we weren't happy with that part. You should know that they did give the free shot if you wanted it. We don't drink, so we didn't take that free shot, but we did not get the free conch fritters, and it wasn't offered to us and we didn't ask for it. But that was just what the employee said when we first walked through the door. Oh, we give you free shots, we give you free conch fritters, and the free shots was the only thing that was offered, not the conch fritters. But it was fine because, again, the plate was full. It was, we couldn't even hardly finish the food that we had. So that is our review, our quick review of the Big Yard restaurant. You should also know that it's cash only. So that's very important to know when you come here. Unfortunately for us, we had gone to the ATM machine and gotten cash in advance. So we did have cash, but had we not had cash, we would have had to go use the ATM here on the island, or at the fish fry location, which is where we're at. We're at the fish fry. As you can see, Twin Brothers is literally right next door. but they're closed until early October. So if you're coming anytime after that, they should be open, and they are the biggest spot that's well known by everybody. So right now we're just waiting on our taxi driver to come back. He said he would come back for us, and he has been back to check several times, but because the food took so long, we were never ready. So he literally left probably about 15 minutes ago to take a couple passengers to the port and said he'd be back for us. So we're gonna sit here and wait. We have about 2.5 hours, no, I'm sorry, an hour and a half before we have to be back on the ship. So we have a little bit of time before our all aboard time, which is at 3:30, and we'll check back in when we get back on the ship. Now, when we get back, we do have a couple of trivia games that we want to play, and we've got Family Feud tonight, so we're looking forward to that. So stay tuned, and we'll let you know how that goes on the ship. This is day 3, and this is our first port of call. We are in the food market that is right across the street from the Burger King at the port area, and I got me some Goombay Punch. Now, I got Goombay Punch compliments of AK Adventures because between them and Terry and Addie, there's 2 parts of the trifecta, they told us about this store where I could get this from, and so I love Goombay Punch, so I came here. Thank you, AK Adventures. Thank you, Terry and Addie, for showing us where the store was, where we could get some of this awesome drink to take back on our cruise. So that's what we're doing. Thanks again. Shout out to you all. So while I was there, I decided I would give you a quick overview of what they have in this store. And they literally have everything. I don't care if you need cleaning supplies, hair products, food, whatever you can think of, they have it in this store. So they're right down the street across from the Burger King. That's what the amphitheater will look like when it is closed, when it's open, sorry. So we're coming back into the port from being out. As you can see, this is what they've gotten done so far. The amphitheater is coming along, and they have a lot more piers way in the back over there. So they say they're going to be able to hold about 8 ships in port when it's all said and done. But it actually is nicer. It's a long walk if your ship is at the end like ours is. You see that blue? At the end, it's a long walk, but it definitely looks nicer. So like I said before, it is a long walk from where we started to get to, unless your ship is here, to come around. At least they added some shade, so that helps a little bit. And then our ship is on all the way on the end, but like I said, they intend to be able to hold 8 or 9 ships in port when this is all said and done, according to our taxi driver. So be prepared to walk. They do have golf carts available, but they only have it for what they say handicapped or elderly people. I saw a sign for that. If you're not in that category, be prepared to walk. Once we got back on the ship, 2 of the fellas decided that they would try their hand at cornhole, and I'm glad they did, because later on in this cruise, they actually joined a competition, a cornhole competition. And when I tell you that competition was fierce, the line was long, the sign-ups was long. So I'm glad they practiced. So we arrived at the Family Feud show. We went to the early show. So there was like a 7:45, a 9:45, and another show that was around 11:30. And that 11:30 show is more of an adult show, just so you know. But it is very important that you get there early because it fills up, that room fills up really, really fast. So we got there about 45 minutes before the game started. And if you can see behind me, the room is kind of full. But I need to give a shout out to Carnival, because when I tell you this was an amazing show, this is a do not miss. If you go on the Mardi Gras, this is a do not miss. This show was done excellent. Good job, Carnival. Tonight's dinner was sponsored compliments of Chibang. This is a Chinese and Mexican restaurant. You can get both types of food. And let me tell you, this place was crowded. It didn't take us long to be seated, but after that, it took us a long time to get our food. It was really packed in there. Now, I'm not sure if this guy does this every night, but I will say, to help break up the monotony of how long we were sitting and waiting on our food, it was helpful to have this employee walking around singing a song. As you can hear, he had an excellent voice, and when he was done, the crowd cheered for more, and he actually did more than one song. So he was very good, he was very entertaining, and it did, again, help break up the monotony of us sitting there for so long. We literally waited over an hour just to get our food. So that was the downside to this. However, I will say that once we got our food, although small portions, it was really, really good. Once dinner was over, we kind of just hung out the rest of the night. After a while, it was time to leave Nassau and this beautiful view. Hope you enjoyed this video.